What's up? This is Derek Brown of the Carolina Panthers. Shout out to Rashad and David of the Panther Nation podcast. The voice of the Panther Nation. Make sure y'all like them and subscribe. Keep pounding.
Yo, this is Panther legend Jonathan Stewart, and I just wanted to shout out to Rashad Beard and David Rhodes of Panther Nation podcast, the voice of the Panther Nation. Keep pounding.
You are now tuned into the Panther Nation podcast.
Delone fires to an open Smith. Steve Smith is going to go all the way. No flag down. Smith scores, and the Carolina Panthers win in overtime.
Seal able to drive. He's intercepted by Keekly. Keekly inside the 20 to the 10 and to the end zone for another Panthers.
Welcome to the Panther Nation podcast. And here are your hosts, Rashad Beard and David Rhodes.
Yo, Panther Nation, what's popping? What's cracking, everybody? What is good? What's good, Dave? How's it going, man?
It's going, man. I'm hoping you guys can hear me. Me and this headphones have been fighting. But nah, hopefully all is well. Everything's been pretty good. Can't complain. We're here in a spot that we've been kind of accustomed to this year, unfortunately. But we're here.
Yeah, we're here. Like Dave said, this is something we've seen a couple times this year. Something we've seen in the past. It's no different than what we've seen in the past. But yeah, man, some dudes got to get this heat today. Some cats got to get this heat. And it is what it is. No holds barred, man. Listen, we always call it like we see it. So yes, if you want us to give Teddy this heat, it's coming. Teddy's getting some heat today, and it's gonna be well deserved. So I know all y'all been waiting for us to give Teddy some heat, and it's gonna come today. Pause. But yes, at the end of the day, we took a bad L, really bad L, and we're gonna go through it. It wasn't pretty at all, and we got to figure it out. But Dave, before we get into that, how was your weekend? How was your Thanksgiving? How was the holidays? Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. What's good?
Happy Thanksgiving to all. Overall, it was a pretty good weekend, man. You know, our Thanksgiving was unique. We put all the food to one area, and we had family members randomly just show up to get their food and take it home to eat. So it was a pretty good Thanksgiving. The food was outstanding as usual. A little bit different this year because I had the weight loss surgery, but I was able to have my mac and cheese. I was able to have my stuffing. I was able to have my yams. I was able to have pretty much anything I would normally eat, just not as much as before. So it was pretty good. No complaints. I actually lost weight during Thanksgiving, which is like a miracle in itself. But pretty good. You know, I hopped on a few Black Friday sales. I didn't get too crazy like I normally would on Black Friday because I've already did my damage with the systems I bought earlier this year. So overall, pretty good.
Same here, man. I went back to Fayetteville. I was in Fayettille for the week. I went in over on Wednesday and chilled out with my pops and my mom. Went and saw my grandma, masked up, kind of weird, but I had to go see my grandma. I hadn't seen my grandma in a minute. So I had to go see my grandma over in Sampson County. Shout out to Sampson County. That was pretty much it. Had some fried me up a turkey, my annual fried turkey. Amazing. Nobody fries a turkey better than me, Dave. It's just a fact. I'm sorry. Fried turkey's amazing.
I don't know, man. My wife's uncle might give you a run, my brother.
Nah, bruh.
I never told you, man. Like my wife's family's got Southern roots. I don't know, my brother.
Nah, my fried turkey's amazing, bro.
I'm not doubting that it's not amazing. I'm just saying, we probably need to get you and Uncle Jeff in the spot.
Hey, he don't want the smoke, bro. Uncle Jeff don't want the smoke, dog. You tell him you know where I live. We can fire up the smokers, we can get it in the fryers and get it cracking. Good fried turkey, good food. My mom cooked, she killed it. We had a blast.
I see you were peer pressuring your dad to give him shots, but that's another.
Oh yeah. Nah, me and my dad. Hey, that's how me and my dad link up, man. It's crazy, man. My dad is as cool as hell. So yeah, it was cool. He bet on UNC versus Notre Dame, And I took Notre Dame, obviously, as a Duke fan. I'm not going to ever cheer for Carolina in any sport. So I was cheering for Notre Dame, and we put shots on the game. So he had to take some shots after that game. But it was fun. It was fun. Yeah, and then we also had we had a fight party too at the crib. So we had a fight party.
Yo, man, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about Tyson, bro. Let me tell you something about Tyson.
Yeah.
He is 54 years old. I have no interest in pissing that guy off. None.
Nah,
whatsoever.
man, you can see from the sparring sessions, dog, that you don't want that smoke, B.
No. And even after the fight, Roy was like, yeah, I'm still hurt. I don't feel well.
Yeah, man. I think I think there was no knockouts allowed. I want to say I saw that somewhere. I don't know how true that is, but I feel like
allowed in the other fight. I know
that's a fact.
There was a knockout.
There was definitely knockouts allowed in the other fights. Man, Nate, come on, Nate.
I can't pick on Nate, man, because it takes some guts to go hop on a different sport like that. You know, I know he's gonna be the meme for the next 10 years, but let me tell you something, dog. It takes some heart to be a former basketball player and decide that you want to go in the boxing ring.
Facts.
Even if you are from the streets, boxing is a different animal, dog. It's different.
Facts. No, it's facts. It's all true. All true. But yeah, he got knocked the hell out. Yeah, Tyson looked good. I like the overall production of that joint. It was pretty solid.
Yeah,
it was pretty solid, man.
You think they're gonna fight again?
I'm not really interested. I'm not really interested in paying for another fight. Honestly, well, my dad paid for it. I didn't pay for it, but I'm not really interested in watching another Tyson Roy Jones match unless they gonna like fight for real and it's gonna be like not necessarily for competition, but if they're gonna fight for real and call it like a real match because they call it as a draw, man. That fight wasn't a draw.
No, Tyson won that fight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Tyson. I'm good. I'm good on that. I got to see Mike, and it was dope. It was dope to see. But I'm good. I have no interest in watching again.
You think Tyson might actually legitimately try to fight like in the actual go back into the heavyweight division, try to make a run at the belt?
Nah, he don't need to do that.
But he could.
He don't need to do that, man. Tyson, it was good to see, man. He got paid. It was good to see that. There's no need for him to do that, man. He's in a good space, helping people out. Yeah, but he did. But yeah, it's okay. We good. We good seeing you, Mike. It was appreciated, and
the heavyweight no need to get back in there. You know that, right?
Yeah, we don't need to see it. We good, Dave.
Mess around and win the joint. That's what I'm saying.
No interest. We good. All right. But yeah, let's jump into it. Let's jump into the content. Before we get into that. Before we get into the game, we got to talk about Yetur. Yetur Gross-Matos is on the COVID list, which is crazy, man. This dude has had a tumultuous rookie season. I mean, he's got injured. Now he got the COVID. It's pretty solid when he's out there, but man, I feel bad for the kid. Luckily, we're on bye, so it's not too much to worry about. But he
should be ready to go by this. If he goes negative, he'll be ready to go before the next game. So we should be good.
Yeah, no, we should be good. And I don't have a slot for DJ Moore up here just because I hadn't had a chance to update it. But according to Matt Rule, he does not. I don't think that DJ Moore got X-rays, and it appears nothing was broken, so there's no structural damage to his ankle, and he's not ruling him out for the Broncos game. So that's a positive sign that hopefully DJ's okay. Nothing is wrong with him. Take the bye week off and chill, put his feet up, relax, and hopefully he'll come back. But yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know if he tests positive. I don't know if Yetur tested positive or not. I just know if he did, probably could spread in our locker room pretty quickly. But this is the first positive test we've had in a few weeks. So
I will say Carolina overall has done a pretty good job with regards to the protocols around the buildings and things of that nature. So this is it's commendable of how well the Panthers have been handling the pandemic so far.
Yeah, man, we did it. We're doing a good job with it. All right, so let's jump into this game, Dave. We lost 28-27 in a heartbreaker. We've pretty been used to seeing this. And it's unfortunate, that a performance that Jeremy Chinn put on had to go to waste.
Oh,
And let's just go ahead and get into the top my top 5 takeaways. Again, this isn't the first time we've seen it. The clock management is still an issue. It's the clock management is a problem, and the game management, the clock management is just bad. Okay, it's bad. Again, and this is similar stuff we've seen under the Rivera era. It's really no different. I'm starting to wonder what is going on with the organization. You know, there's some things that stick with an organization, right? You know, as bad as things could be for some teams, like some things just stick for some reason. No matter who the coach is, no matter what it is, some things just stick. And it seems like we have not gotten the clock and game management together under Rivera or early on in the Rule era. Something ain't right, and I don't know what it is.
Fox.
Yeah, something's not right. Something's not right. I don't know what it is. There is no magic. Go ahead, Dave. My fault.
But if you want to start doing power rankings of who's worse at it, man, Rule might take the cake. He might take the cake on this.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to pick on Rule, but I want to try to give him a pass because he's a rookie coach and all that. But man, he might take the cake on this shit.
It was pretty bad.
Even when Rivera had his moments, like Rivera figured it out. Like he saw the error of his ways to a point. But and we'll probably get into it later when we start talking about the pressers. But it looks like he kind of owned up to it a bit finally. But whether or not he's going to change anything is a whole different situation.
Yeah.
Because it goes back to discussing like the analytics. You know, Tepper saying he wanted an analytic guy. Once again, he went against his analytics. It's 2 losses. 2 went against the analytics.
Yeah, man.
So,
I don't know what it is, but we need to dive into it, figure out what's going on. But it was bad. Just really bad decision making when it got really close. It was bad. It's just bad. But we'll dive into that a little bit later. The defense outscored the offense. Obviously, Jeremy Chinn scores 14 points himself, and the offense scores 13 points.
At one point during that game, Jeremy Chinn had more touchdowns than Robbie Anderson for us.
Yeah.
Which is amazing to think.
Yeah. You know? So, and then Jeremy Chinn, obviously, he that kind of goes along with number 2. Jeremy Chinn is balling out here. We'll talk about Jeremy Chinn when we get stock up, because obviously he's going to be on stock up. And Teddy had a poor performance. There's some things, you know, I'm a Teddy supporter, and I'll own up to that, and I stand behind my Teddy support. And I've been pretty, transparent with my support. And again, I think that, you know, he's got to be held accountable in this situation. And we'll talk about Teddy. He's obviously going to be stocked down. And we'll get there. We'll get to it because there's a lot to unpack there. It's a lot to unpack there. And the red zone issues. We got down to the red zone. Teddy throws an interception. I think we went to the red zone 3 times. It came up empty. It's unacceptable. And I went to the red zone 4 times and came away with 3 points. That's just not acceptable. And it seems like we get things fixed. And they don't.
They don't stay.
Yeah, it's like
you get the bad habits again, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Like 3 out of the 5 things, 2 out of these 5 takeaways we've been seeing in a lot of games. Like 2 of these things have been pretty constant throughout the season. 3, because Jeremy Chinn is special. 3, Jeremy Chinn is absolutely special. He's been special since the beginning of the year. But the other 2 I'm talking about is the number 1 pro clock game management and the red zone issues. That's been a constant all year. And Jeremy Chinn being special has been a constant all year as well.
Yeah, agree. That being said, let's go ahead and get into stock up, stock down. And it's gonna be a lot to unpack here. So just bear with me. So okay, just bear with me. We're gonna get into it. It's a lot to unpack. All right, Jeremy Chinn is obviously going insane. Okay, he's going insane right now. Jeremy Chinn is really doing things that that guys with hell of experience aren't doing. And listen, it's amazing. He had 2 touchdowns on back-to-back plays. Insane, never been done before. He had 13 total tackles. The 2 fumble recoveries, obviously, with 2 touchdowns on 2 consecutive plays. He became the first player in the Super Bowl era with 2 fumble recovery touchdowns in the same game. His 2 defensive touchdowns within 10 seconds of game time are also the fastest in Super Bowl era. So it's crazy. It's crazy what Jeremy Chinn did. Obviously, shout out to Zach Kerr for the strip sack on the first one, but that second one where he just ripped the ball out of Cook's hands and just took off. I mean, that's just a hell of a play, man. It's a hell of a play, bro. And Jeremy Chinn is amazing. And listen, we've done nothing but talk about how he has to do that one extra thing to get him into the defensive player of the year, like just to kind of propel him over the top. And that's what he did in this game. And we talked about it. And it's funny because I believe I said during the stream, I was like, all right, he got 1 touchdown, but if he gets another one, like that's just going to take it out over the top. And I'll be damned if he didn't do it.
Play.
So listen, I really think he is, damn near solid. I don't think he's got to keep it up. Obviously, he can't just fall off the face of the earth. But if he continues this tackle production, he gets another pick, another fumble recovery. He's just going to do nothing but build on that resume. And I don't think there's a way. I don't know who else you would give it to right now. There's some good rookies out there, but I don't know who else you would give it to, B. I don't know who else you would give it to. He missed a shot.
It's probably Queen.
And then Young is all right, and then Winfield was doing okay. Those are the top 4 guys I would probably consider. But this dude is balling right now. I don't think there isn't anybody you can put in the conversation with Chinn right now. After what he did in this game, that puts him head and shoulders above everybody else. There's nobody doing what he's doing right now. And that's exactly the game he needed. We talked about it a few weeks ago. He needs that extra special game, the touchdown use. I think he added a PBU in this game too. So it's crazy, man. He's going crazy. He's going crazy. They're saying Chase Young, but I don't think Chase Young is doing what Jeremy Chinn is doing. And Jeremy Chinn missed the game too, which is the crazy part. He's still probably, I don't know what the lead is, but I'm pretty sure he's still leading the rookies in tackles by a nice margin. I don't know I didn't get a chance to look it up, but I'm sure it's a nice margin. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I'm thinking about like we got to vote this guy into the Pro Bowl. We got to figure out a way to get him in there.
For sure. We got to get our votes up, man. Brian Burns right now is going insane with the Pro Bowl votes, but we definitely got to get Chinn in the Pro Bowl somehow, some way. It's gonna be hard, but we got to at least do our part because it's not all fanboy, right?
He is absolutely in the running for Defensive Rookie of the Year. I think he's going to get a lot of publicity this week. I think he would have gotten more if he would have pulled the win, but I think people are going to still talk about him more considering what he did because he made NFL history. So I think people are going to start watching him a little bit more. He's got 4 more games. He can enjoy it. Even though the Panthers lost, he can absolutely enjoy this bye week knowing what he's done over 12 games because he's having an amazing season.
Amazing. Shout out to Jeremy Chinn, man. Jeremy Chinn, he did his thing. He gets 2 up arrows for the 2 touchdowns. So shout out to Jeremy Chinn. Again, hell of a game. The 13 tackles too. Don't let that led the team in tackles. That was a career high for him. He was all over the place, man. So shout out to Jeremy Chinn. Hell of a game, and it sucks. It went for naught, but it is what it is. And that's the nature of playing on this team under these circumstances. So shout out to Jeremy Chinn. Again, a great player, going to be a cornerstone in that defense for years to come, and glad to have him as a Panther. All right, that being said, let's move on from Jeremy Chinn. You got anything else, Dave, before we move on?
Nah, man.
All right, moving on. Zach Kerr. Zach Kerr also had a monstrous game. He graded the highest in PFF on the defense with a 93 rating, really high. He had 8 tackles. 8 tackles as a defensive tackle is a lot. Okay, that's a lot of tackles. Yeah, that's a lot of tackles, man. He had 1 sack, obviously the strip sack, the tackle for loss. He had a tackle for loss, a pass deflection, and a QB hit. So he stuffed the stat sheet, and it's impressive for him for being an interior defensive tackle. That's a really good stat line for him. Playing great. I mean, K1 Short, who? Honestly, I'm gonna say it. K1 Short, who? Honestly, Zach Kerr's balling, and luckily we have Zach Kerr under contract for another year. I think he's balling. I think he's up there in age. I could be wrong. I haven't looked at his age in a while, but he's a 2-year deal, so I think he's going to be good to have him around. And I feel 100% confident walking away from K1 Short having Zach Kerr on the roster. And this isn't just his first good game. He's been balling pretty consistently all year. This is just a breakout game. He's 30. Thanks, Cage Luke. 30 years old. But what's Dave? Anything else on Zach Kerr?
Zach's balling. I want to go back to Jeremy Chinn for one quick second, man. This might be Hurney's best pick outside of the first round, Chinn, if he keeps this up.
Oh, Kerr was a free agent pick, Dave.
No, I'm talking about Chinn.
Oh, Chinn, yes.
That might be his best fit outside of the first round if Chinn can keep this shit up.
I agree with that. I think
between him and Hardy.
Yeah, it needs some time to play out, but yeah, as of right now, I think that I'm comfortable making that declaration. But yeah, it's early. But yeah, for sure, I agree. All right, Zach Kerr, again, great game. Let's move on. Bravion Roy, another guy that had a great game. He had his first career sack yesterday. And listen, I had to question myself. I think I was gonna put a certain person on stock down, but I ran the numbers, and I didn't feel comfortable doing that just because I think he's playing okay. I think I was gonna I was real close to putting Derrick Brown on stock down based on what Bravion Roy is doing, but that's not quite fair. I think Bravion right now is outplaying his draft position. I think it was a 6th round pick. If you look at the snaps that Derrick Brown is running, Derrick Brown has been on the field for a total of 545 snaps. Okay, he has 24 total pressures. Keep these in mind, Dave. Derrick Brown has 24 total pressures, 0 sacks, 7 hits, 17 hurries, 2 batted passes, 21 total tackles. Bravion Roy literally has half the production in half the snaps. So if you give Bravion Roy double the snaps, it would mirror if you give Bravion Roy double the snaps that he has, it would mirror Derrick Brown production. Right now, Bravion Roy has played 261 snaps. He has 8 pressures, 1 sack, 4 QB hits, 3 hurries, 11 tackles. It's really close. If you extrapolate the numbers, double the production, it's really close. So Bravion Roy is outplaying his 6th round draft production. It's just especially if you're going to compare him to what Derrick Brown is doing. Also, look at what Kinlaw is doing. I took a look at Kinlaw too. Kinlaw was pick number 14 in this last year's draft. He's played 412 snaps. He has 16 total pressures, 2 sacks, 3 hits, 11 hurries, 2 batted passes, 16 total tackles. His production is really close to Kinlaw's production. So Bravion Roy is.
Some people
playing,
are saying Kinlaw's having a pretty good year.
He is. I'm just saying, Bravion Roy is having a hell of a season. Quietly, he's quietly having a really good season. You know what I'm saying? So he had his first sack. That's why he's on stock up. He's having a really good season right now. And I didn't put Derrick Brown on stock down. I didn't do that. After I looked at the numbers, I didn't do that. I wasn't going to do that, but I had to look at it.
And Derrick Brown's defense too. He's probably getting more double teams than Roy was getting.
And that's another reason why I didn't. I didn't put him on stock down. But that's a fact. You have to take everything into consideration, which I have not had a chance to do yet, and so that's why I did not make that determination. Yeah. Yes, he's a Baylor guy. Yep.
Yes, yeah, he's a Baylor guy. No, I don't think Roy should have been picked at 7. I just think what it boils down to is that
No.
Derek Brown's role might be a little bit different. Derek Brown's job is to eat up linemen. Roy might have more opportunities than Brown has.
I've seen Brown get double teamed too. Because Brown, Bravion Roy. When guess who's in the middle of that 3-man rush a lot of the time? That's Bravion Roy in the middle. So I mean, we got to look at the tape again. I did not do it. All I'm saying is that Bravion Roy is outplaying his draft position right now in comparison to the other defensive tackles in the league. That's all I'm saying.
And I can agree with you.
It's just a fact. I mean, you look at the stats; it's just facts. I'm not saying Derrick Brown is a bust. I'm not saying Derrick Brown is a bust. You guys are like putting words in my mouth. I'm not doing that. All I'm saying is that Bravion Roy is outplaying his draft. Bravion Roy was drafted in the 6th round, and he is playing comparable to first-round draft picks. That's all I'm saying.
So you're saying Marty Hurney is actually drafting well, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, this draft is pretty good because I got another draft pick that played pretty well. Troy Pride Jr. actually had a really good game too. He had a pretty good game. He covered Justin Jefferson most of the day. I think there was a couple snaps where Justin Jefferson was on Rasul, but on 4 of Justin Jefferson's targets, Troy Pride was targeted 4 times, and he only allowed 1 reception for 15 yards. Troy Pride had a hell of a game, and this is a picture of a PBU. Shout out to Getty Images. This is the only picture I could find, so I apologize for the stamp. But Pride, and this is what I've been saying earlier. I said, get these dudes opportunities to play. It's going to be rough. They're going to have ups and downs. It's going to be bad sometimes, but you got to give them the experience. I've been a proponent of Troy Pride since when I saw him week 1. I liked what I saw, and I think this dude should get more snaps outside. And with Dante Jackson going down, he's showing up, and he showed up yesterday. So according to PFF, 4 targets, only allowed 1 reception, 15 yards. That's a hell of a day, bro. It's just a hell of a day, man. I
won't disagree with you.
And again, I'm taking these on a game-by-game basis. This is not a synopsis of the entire season. For this game, he had to stock up. He played really well. According to the stats that I saw, he played pretty well. I have to go back and look at the film to assess everything, but from what the stats say, he had a good game. Really good game. Anything for Troy Pride Day?
Nah, man. Troy had a good game, man. You can't complain about the game. He did well with the opportunities that he had.
Yep. All right. That's all I got for Troy Pride. Let's move on. Taylor Moton. Again, Taylor Moton has not given up a pressure, Dave, in 3 games. Has not given up a pressure, and we have not paid him yet. I don't know what the holdup is with this, but that price tag is going up by the minute. Exactly. It's technically, Dave, you're right. By the play, the price tag is going up. This is a contract that should have been done probably before the season started. Again, you probably should have paid him over Shaq. Everybody wants Bradbury. I argue that this guy should have got paid before both of them. That's just my opinion. And he's not being paid yet. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on. But yes, I agree that the franchise tag for this guy is definitely probably gonna be in play. But we're costing ourselves money. The longer the season goes on, the longer he's not extended, we're just costing ourselves more money, which makes me think that we're actually going to let this guy walk. I think that's more egregious than any other player that we in recent history walk. This is egregious. It's not good. The offensive line as a whole should be on this list. They all played well. I think they only gave up like 3 pressures or 3 quarterback hits. The offensive line played extremely well yesterday. Taylor Moton is the anchor of that offensive line. Russell Okung came back. Well, Russell Okung back at that bookend, that offensive line gets much better with that experience. But yeah, Taylor Moton had a hell of a game. No pressures in 3 games. Unbelievable. That's a hell of a stat, man. Hell of a stat. And I don't think it's gonna happen. To be honest, I don't think they're gonna keep him. It makes no sense for them not to extend this dude by now, and this just makes me think that it's not going to happen.
I think they're going to tag him. They'll tag him. I think he'll be here. They'll absolutely tag him next year.
I just hope they have a plan. Maybe there's a master plan I'm missing, but it's just costing more money by the second.
Yeah, but they can tag him. They can tag him and give him some more time. but that's going to create a potential holdout. But I think you have to
Facts.
You have to.
Yep. It could. He absolutely, Slim J says it. He could hold out, as is absolutely an option. I know there's some new rules implemented by the CBA that deals with holdouts. So I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure what the possibilities are. But yeah, that is always an option, just sitting out. I don't know. I forgot how the rules work now, but we'll see what happens. But irregardless of the fact, this man should have been paid. And it's not happening, and I don't know why. Anything else on Taylor Moton, Dave?
Nah, man. Taylor's balling. We got to pay that man. I know what time it is now. Oh, boy. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. Let's get into the bad news. All right. So follow me, folks. This coaching or lack thereof in the last couple minutes of this game was awful. I mean, you listen to some local broadcasters in Minnesota, they're going to tell you that Matt Rule was the real MVP. Okay, they're going to say he's the reason why the reason why Minnesota was allowed to get back in the game. The clock management during that last 2 minutes was egregious. The play calling the last 2 minutes was bad. The execution was bad. Everything was bad. They looked unprepared. And they look like they never had been in a football game before. It seems like. I don't understand what the deal is with these last seconds and the play call. It's just like they hit the panic button and have no clue what to do, and it goes top down. It goes from Teddy to Matt Rule to Phil Snow. They all look completely lost when it comes to these last 2 minutes or the last couple minutes of the game. And it's a reoccurring thing that we need to get fixed. And it needs to be fixed sooner than later, because I don't know if Matt Rule knows this. As a Panthers fan, we've seen this happen before he got here. This is a reoccurring issue since before he got here. Okay, we've had bad clock management. We panic during these type of scenarios. It's just been a bad issue. It's been a bad issue that we've been dealing with. And I mean, if you want to, we can break it down, Dave. We can break it down play by play in the so we got the ball back. We got the ball back, and it was 1st and 10. We'll start from the 1st and 10 play where Mike Davis rushes for 9 yards. He rushes for 9 yards, goes out of bounds. That was the play that started the shit show. You go out of bounds after a 9-yard rush. You stop the clock. You got to know, as a coach, you have got to tell your players, and it starts with him. You got to tell your players to get down and let the clock work, okay? At that point, there was 4 minutes left in the clock, or 4 minutes left in the game. If Mike Davis stays in bounds, okay, 40 more seconds comes off that clock. But no, Dave, the clock stops at 4 minutes. Okay, it stops at 4 minutes. Okay, then the next play, we lose 3 yards on a rush. We lost 3 yards. I think one of the linebackers came in and Rodney Smith, loses 3 yards. Okay, and then 2nd and 13, right? Teddy throws to Smith again. Rodney Smith drops the ball, right? Rodney Smith drops the ball. Incomplete pass. It's a good throw. Hits him in the chest. He drops the ball. Incomplete pass. Clock stops. So clock is stopped at 2 minutes, 33 seconds. All right. 2 minutes, 33 seconds. Clock is stopped. All right. If you complete that pass, you force the Vikings to use their last timeout before the 2-minute warning. No, Dave, what we do is we come back out, 3rd and 13. We throw a pass, incomplete pass to Ian Thomas. It was a 3-yard pass. Like, it was a 3-yard pass. Teddy throws the ball 3 yards. Wouldn't have mattered. If you're going to do that, you might as well run the ball to milk the clock. So the clock, that's it. That clock stops, all right? The clock stops. That joint is over, all right? Then, Dave, we are blessed. The football gods blessed us with a muff punt. The football gods blessed us with a muff punt, Dave.
Yep.
2nd and goal, we rush. Vikings use their last timeout. All right. And then I think we throw the ball, and that's the incomplete pass, and that leads to my next stock down. All right, Teddy. This is just Teddy. This is unacceptable. All right, this is unacceptable. Dave, I believe I could have completed that pass to DJ Moore.
I'm not going that far, but
Dave, look at this. Clean pocket. Listen, I'm one of the guys that come up here and I say, if Ted, given the right circumstances, and I'm holding myself accountable here, given the right circumstances, I say Teddy Bridgewater is a capable quarterback. He can do just enough to kind of get you over the hump. Given the defense plays well, given the offensive line plays well, and that's what happened today. And that's why there's no excuse for Teddy Bridgewater today. Today, in this game, there's no excuse for Teddy Bridgewater. Okay, you've got to make this throw. I could have made this throw. All you got to do is loft it over those two linebackers right there. He tried to squeeze it in between them. He tried to squeeze it, and I get it. I'm seeing what he's seeing from the pocket. All right, he tried to squeeze it in there, but there's no need for that. You've got to calm down, and hit and make this throw. You've got plenty of pocket. You got a nice clean pocket in front of you. You make this throw. All right, you make this throw.
Mm-hmm.
You got to make this throw.
Look, Teddy's got to get this heat. I see folks in the chat talking like I'm not going to criticize Teddy. I just said I couldn't throw that joint. I'm not a good thrower. I've never been a good thrower. So I know that I couldn't throw that pass. But he's a professional NFL quarterback. He should have been able to make that throw.
You got to make this throw. You got to make this throw. This is a throw you can make. All right. This is a pitch and catch. All right. You throw it behind him. We stop the clock. All right. Okay. Regardless of the fact, what happens is then after we can get to what happened. Joey Slye missed the field goal. We'll get to him next because he got to take some heat too. But then you come after the game during the press conference, and there's everybody if you listen to all the press conferences, everybody takes accountability, right? Everybody takes responsibility for their downfalls. Matt Rule comes out, I take the blame. Phil Snow says I could have created more pressure. I'm not, I can't blame the defense for that. I tweeted this. I'm not going to blame the defense for giving up on that last drive. I mean, hell, they scored 14 points.
They scored more points than the offense.
They did what they had to do. So although they did give up the point, I'm not going to kill them for that. At the end of it, I'm not going to kill them for that. I'm not going to kill Phil Snow for not drawing up pressure on that last. He can get the heat, but I'm not going to kill him for that. I'm not going to kill him for that because even after the fact, you come out, you got to take some accountability. And he did it today. He comes out and says, "Hey, the coaches were I think he's right. I think he's absolutely right. The coaches, come in, they don't give us the plays in on time. That's why you're seeing the clock draw down. The plays aren't coming in. He's got to make all these pre-snap reads and adjust. He didn't have time to do what he needed to do. And so he goes and essentially throws the coaches under the bus, whatever. Rightfully so. I think he has he can say that. He's probably right. At the same time, you've got to take accountability. You got to take accountability for missing the throw. At the end of the day, all that being said, you got to say, "Hey, I got to make that throw." And you can say it, but at least hold yourself accountable at the same time. And that's what he missed. He cleaned it up. Today. I think some people may have gotten his ear. I think some of the heat may have got to him, and Matt Rule came out and said some stuff saying that we got to keep everyone accountable here. He came out and cleaned it up today. He said this is a throw I got to make, so he did right by it. But you got to take responsibility, bro. You got to take responsibility in that thing, and I didn't like that. I'm a Teddy fan, and listen, I like Teddy. I want Teddy to succeed. Okay, I'm a guy. I like his story. The injury. That's why I root for this kid. I want him to succeed. I'm not gonna say he's an elite quarterback. You never heard me say that come out my mouth. But I'm gonna support him, and I'm still gonna stand by it. Like I'm still gonna support him. I'm still gonna say give him time. I'm still gonna say that. You guys can say, hey, give me PJ Walker. It just baffles me because like the non-Teddy fans, like I get it. I get your frustration, but at the same time, it's like you can't have it both ways, right? Like you want PJN to win you football games, but then you also want to have a high draft pick at the same. Like you can't have it both ways. If you want a franchise quarterback, you should be out there wanting to see Teddy Bridgewater play every week. If you're not confident that he's gonna lose, if you're confident enough that he's gonna lose you games every week, y'all should be cheering for him. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should be cheering for you should be out there cheering for Teddy. Like not rude for PJ Walker to come in and potentially win you games. Like what do you want? Like what? I don't understand what y'all want. Like you don't like Teddy. I get that. You don't have to like Teddy. You don't have to like him. But you don't even know what y'all want. Like y'all just don't like shit just to not like shit. Like you don't have to cheer for him. But if you're not confident, I think some of y'all might be slightly confident that Teddy might be able to win you a couple games, yeah, and keep the draft stock a little high. That's just my opinion. I like Teddy. I'm going to support him. I think he's better. I think Teddy is better than what he did today. On Sunday. Y'all saw it in the Chiefs game. He's better than what he did. I'm not gonna hold Teddy to his lowest performance. Okay, that's just my opinion. You definitely, if you don't like it, you don't like his performance, you are absolutely rightful in your opinion to want to move on. You know what I'm saying? You're absolutely right that Teddy fucked the game up. You're right. You are absolutely right. And I'm giving him heat. You hear me out here giving it to him. Pause. Okay? He needs to make that throw. He has to make that throw. Okay? That's just point blank period. But at the same time, the people that don't like Teddy, you guys don't know what to cheer for. You don't know what to not like. It doesn't make sense for you to not like Teddy, want to see PJ Walker in to win you games, to then lower your draft stock or your draft position. Like it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. But Dave, I've spoken enough. I need some water. What do you think about Teddy Bridgewater in this game? Take over for a little bit. My throat's starting to hurt.
My God, man. Teddy had he claimed that he wasn't nervous because he was going back to Minnesota. I ain't buying it. He had to be nervous. He just had a rough day, is what it boiled down to. He just did not play well, period. Like he didn't have he got Robbie Anderson his second touchdown, and that was pretty much the spark of the day for him. Like he didn't really do much today. They had so many red zone problems, and it's a combination. Like I'm gonna blame Teddy. Teddy's getting his heat because there's a lot of throws that he didn't make, and there was a lot of drops that happened as well. So I mean, it was a concerted effort to be a terrible offense on Sunday, is what it boiled down to in my eyes. But Teddy's gonna get this heat because he's the quarterback. He's the leader. He threw the coaches under the bus. He could have thought what he said. He could have thought what he said. He didn't have to tell the media what he said because he literally threw the coaches under the bus. He said what a lot of the fan base already knew, that the coaches and our clock management is terrible. That's pretty much what he said on Jump Street. And I don't know if Rule liked that. I know he didn't like that because that's why he had to clean it up the following day. So all you guys that hate Teddy, this might be your path to get him out of here in a year.
No, he's gonna be. No, he's not. Here's the thing.
It will be a path.
No, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Dave. Teddy's gonna be here next year too. Teddy Bridgewater, no matter who we draft, is gonna be your starting quarterback next year. Like right, wrong, or indifferent, he is going to be the starting quarterback. They're not gonna, if they draft a pick high, he's gonna be your starter. And all of the Teddy haters will admit that. They will admit that. They're gonna say sit him behind Teddy. That's what they're gonna say because it's the right thing to do. You're not gonna throw your future franchise quarterback into the fire like that. You're not gonna do it. So Teddy's gonna be around next year. And listen, Teddy has 4 games. He's got some work to do, bro. He's got some work to do. He's going to be here next year. He's got some work to do to fix it, okay? He's got some work to do, and he is better than what he did today, okay? Or yesterday, excuse me. I'm going to stand by that. He's better than what he was yesterday. You've seen it. You won't admit it, but y'all have seen him perform better than that. You won't admit it, but you've seen it. You've seen it for sure. And what the problem is that when Teddy Bridgewater he picked a bad day to have a bad day. That's what it boils down to. The defensive line showed up. The offensive line showed up. That has never happened except for the Detroit game. the defensive line and the offensive line, the defense and the offensive line have not showed up in the same game until yesterday in Detroit. The last 2 weeks, we're starting to play better as a team. Teddy Bridgewater picked a bad day to have a bad day. Okay? Prior to that, Teddy Bridgewater was playing okay, but other facets of the game were not playing well. And Teddy just picked a bad day to have a bad day. That's just what it boils down to. All right? So that's all I got on Teddy. Anything else? He deserves the criticism 100%. There's no denying that. He deserves it. 100%. He deserves the heat for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So anything else on Teddy Bridgewater, Dave?
I'm done with Teddy for now. I want to see who else is stock down.
Yeah. All right. So that being speechless. That being said, we got to move on. There's one last guy that we have to give some heat to, and that's Joey Slye. Even after all of that went down, Teddy missed a wide open DJ Moore. I'm critical of whether we should have went for it on 4th down too, because that was an option. We could have went for it on 4th down. They were on the 3-yard line.
You know what the analytics say, right?
You go for it. Yes, the analytics say go for it. So there you go. That's true. Yeah. So you can blame Teddy for not making that throw. He should have. There was an opportunity to make up for it on the 4th down play. You could have went for it. You're on 4th. It's 4th and 3. You've got a play you can run on that. And if you don't, even if you don't get it, you've got the Vikings pinned back on the 3-yard line. Your defense can make enough plays to keep them off. So again, that just goes back to coaching too. It goes back to coaching, and some of these decisions that were made when it was crunch time, they didn't handle it right. I mean, we only burnt, I think, 18 seconds. When we got the ball back, Dave, on the 10-yard line after the muffed punt, we only ran 18 seconds off the clock, from the 12-yard line.
Terrible.
18 seconds.
Terrible.
That's unacceptable. It's unacceptable, man. It's unacceptable. And so even after all of that, Dave, we were still in position. Teddy comes back. We drive down the field. He throws a long bomb to Curtis Samuel. Beautiful catch. Pushes. I think we got another catch. I think one of the tight ends get a catch and get us in field goal range. He gets us in field goal range. 54-yard kick. That's a makeable kick. Kicker's making that. That's a makeable kick. That is a makeable kick, Dave. Inside, no elements, no wind. Joey Slye misses the field goal. But hey, it should have never come to that. It should have never come to that. But Joey Slye missed the field goal, and he got to catch the heat too. Because even after all that BS, even after all the clock nonsense, we were still in position to win, and Joey Slye couldn't bring it home. So it is what it is. I mean, this is what a 4-5 win team looks like. This is what a 4-6 win team looks like. Okay. And this is what we all signed up for. We didn't, unbeknownst to us, we signed up for this as Panther fans, because we could have chosen another organization to be fans of, and we signed up for this. Okay. We signed up to cheer for this, and this is the reality of a 6-win team. This is the things that you're going to have to deal with. This is what you're going to deal. This is what you deal with a rookie head coach, a rookie offensive coordinator, a rookie defensive coordinator, and a bunch of rookies on defense, a game managing quarterback. These are things you're going to have to deal with. Okay, and that's what we signed up for as Panther fans. And so it is what it is. This is the reality. We knew it was going to come to this. We just don't like it when we see it. We knew it was going to be this bad. It's tough to see it. I agree with y'all. It's tough to see it, but we knew this is what a 5 or 6 win team looks like. This is what it looks like. This is the reality of it.
We can't play the Lions every week, guys. Just so y'all know, I just want to remind y'all that you can't play the Lions every week. So I mean, the bottom line is we are pretty much where we were supposed to be going into the season, right? Like, I predicted 4 wins. I believe you predicted 5. We're pretty much there.
Yeah, we're there. I mean, this is what the team looks like. There. This is what, I mean, it just blows me how, people legit thought we were going to make the playoffs. People are devastated, Dave, that we were
let's
in position to make the playoffs, and we're not going to make the playoffs. They're devastated, Dave.
But let's be real about it, though, bro. If we pull this win out, we're in a pretty good spot to do it.
But Dave, that's not what nobody expected that. That's my point.
But it's just, but the thing is, like, when you look at all the losses that we've taken, right? We've got 8 losses. 6 out of the 8 were close games, right? So, and then and the 7th loss, we had a chance to win. Only one game ultimately we got blown out. The 2 Tampa games were the worst 2 games we played. One was really bad. So the other 6 losses, we were pretty much close. And we've beaten some pretty good teams. We beat the Cardinals. We had the Super Bowl champions down to the final drive. We had the lead in that game. So, like, we see the potential that this team has. And when you see it all year, and then you still got a shot to be in a playoff hunt. Because if we beat Minnesota, we're still in the playoff hunt. And we could and if we keep it up and we're playing well, we could legit get there.
But Dave, that's all true. But the reality is, what we saw is a microcosm of who we are. This is who we are. We are a 4 to 6 win team. That's who we are. All that being said, Dave, we're not going to make the playoffs.
No, we're not making the playoffs now.
We weren't. No, we weren't before then either. No matter if we won that game, we're going to lose another game. It's just kicking the can down the road. We're not making the playoffs.
Our odds would have been better. Like a 7-9 team, other than the NFC East, a 7-9 team could get the 7th playoff spot.
Dave, we're not making the playoffs. We were never going to make the playoffs. Even when you look at the schedule, Dave, you yourself said that you only see probably one winnable game left.
Yeah, we already got it.
So we're not making the playoffs. So it don't matter what we could have been, what could have happened. We're not going to make the playoffs.
No, hear me out, dude. If we beat the Vikings, a lot of folks in here think that we can beat Denver. A lot of folks in here think that we can beat Washington. A lot of folks might think that the Saints might not play their guys the final week of the year. That's 3 more wins, bro. That would put us at 8-8. 8-8 is enough to get in. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant now because we're 4-8 and we're not beating the Packers. Right? So it's irrelevant.
We were not going to make the playoffs this year, Dave. It's unrealistic to think that we would have made the playoffs. It's asinine to even talk about it. We were never going to make the playoffs. It's not going to happen.
Hey, 44 Rose, let me tell you something, bro. 8-8 is going to get somebody in the playoffs this year in the NFC. 8-8 is going to do it because it's the 7th playoff spot. 8-8 is going to do it. And y'all are going to be devastated when 8-8 does it. Some of y'all. Like the Trevor Lawrence truthers, they're probably cool with it. But like some of y'all, because there was folks that thought we were gonna go 7-9, 8-8 going into the year. Well, 8-8, dude, anything can happen in the playoffs, bro.
Dave, 8-8 is not 8-8 is not gonna. You think the Cardinals are gonna go 8-8?
They could. They're not playing that well, bro.
I don't think so. 8-8 is not gonna 8. So you're saying that the Cardinals, let's look at the Cardinals schedule.
Well, let me pull up the standings right now.
I got it right here. I can put it on the screen. I don't know why I even need to do this.
Because it's fun.
It's not happening.
All right, let's look at this real quick. Let's look at the NFC real quick. I'm pulling it up right here too. Let's look at the NFC real quick.
Okay, so the Cardinals got the Eagles. Let me see.
The Cardinals are 6-5.
Listen, but you're not listening to the rest of the schedule, Dave. They got the Rams. They got the Giants.
They'll win that.
They got the Eagles.
They'll probably win that.
They got the 49ers.
They'll lose that.
And then they'll lose against the 49ers.
The division game, dude. The 49ers beat the Rams. That's how crazy that division is.
And then they got the Rams again.
Yeah. They could go 8-8.
No.
They could get in.
They'll get 3 of those. They'll get 3 of those.
They lost to us. How you mean they're gonna get 3 of those?
That was early. They'll go 9
But
7.
that's the crazy thing, though, right? Like, if we go 8-8 and we end up tying with those guys, we would own the tiebreaker.
It's not happening, bro.
But it's not happening. But the thing is, we got too many losses in the tiebreakers anyway.
It was never going. I don't know why. I don't know why I even needed to do that. But it was never going to happen. Unrealistic. Even fix your brain as a real fan. It was unrealistic for you even to think that we were in the playoff hunt or going to be in the playoff hunt. Those stupid little standing trackers are in the hunt, excluded. Like that shit. Like we were never going to make the playoffs. Okay, unrealistic. And so as Panther fans, this is what we got to deal with. And you knew it.
The Cardinals have lost 2 straight. I'm just saying, man. Look, anything can happen in the last 5 weeks of the season, dude. I think a team's going to be 8-8 NFC and make the playoffs, and we'll see at the end of the year. I stand by it.
So we can technically still go 8-8. So you think we're gonna make the playoffs?
We're not going 8-8. We're gonna play Packers.
So enough said. Enough said. Because we can still, theoretically, we can still go 8-8, right?
If we weren't playing Green Bay, I would agree with you.
Anything can happen, right? Anything can happen, right?
Wait, who do we have left? Hold on.
Washington. We got Washington, Packers.
Yeah, we in
Lambeau. Denver and the Saints.
Yeah. Nah, not happening.
It's not. It never was. Nobody should ever think that way. It's not happening, man. We are right now. We are who we are. This is who we thought we would be. Real fans that have realistic expectations. This is who we thought we were going to be.
But here's the thing. This is where I hit it home at, right? So we get shellacked by the Bucks. We get destroyed by the Bucks, right? Mollywopped. We come back. We shut out the Lions. All right, but it's the Lions. Got it. We go into the Vikings game. We actually have a pretty damn good lead in the second half. Like, we have a legitimate shot to win this game, and then we just fall apart. But we beat the Vikings. The perspective changes quickly, because then it is about whether or not they can sneak in the playoff spot. Because at that point, if you beat the Lions and the Vikings, the momentum with the bye, you think you would be able to beat Denver. You will get shellacked by the Packers and Green Bay. A lot of fans think we can beat Washington, and a lot of fans think the Saints might be sitting there, guys, if they got the number 1 seed. Because it looks like the Saints are on pace to get the number 1 seed and get the bye. So they'll probably try to rest their guys. So there could have been a legitimate scenario to win 3 of the last 4. And that could still happen, even though at this point, I don't want it to happen. Because we're not making the playoffs at 7-9. I'm past the effort point. You know what I'm saying? I'm past the, momentum going into the end of the year. I'm past that. Yo, give me the draft pick at this point. You've shown enough. You've shown enough to me that I want the draft pick at this point. I want us to go 4-12. We'll probably end up, I said 4-12 at the beginning of the year. That's where I want us to go at this point. I'm tired of the false hope.
Are you done selling dreams, Dave?
Nah, look, man, I got dreams, but I know dreams don't keep the lights on, man. I get it.
Don't sell false hope, Dave. But here we are. 4-8. We have jumped from, I think we were like 10 last week. We jumped all the way up to number 6. We've got a bond.
A lot of these 3-win teams won games last week. Yesterday.
Yeah. And then, I mean, it's just amazing to me, how some of these teams got their franchise quarterback too, man. It's just amazing to me that, people want to go ahead and roll that direction. They got your Justin Herbert. Everybody likes Justin Herbert.
The top 2 teams.
Justin Herbert, he's great, right? Justin Herbert's great, right? He's got great arm talent, but their team is 3-8, right?
He's gonna win offensive rookie of the year.
Joe Burrow, he's hurt, right?
Yeah.
With 3-8, put that on the trophy mantle. Great individual stat.
Yo, the Bengals could mess around, but they can fix their line if they get that pick. Because I don't think they're going to give him a Burrow yet for obvious reasons.
Yeah, they're gonna. That's right. That's Penny Sewell. That's Penny Sewell territory right there. Dallas. I think they're still in line for they. I don't know about that.
There's talks that they might try to trade up to get Trevor and then trade Dak away. Like, I think that's the best case scenario for Trevor Lawrence, truth be told. But nobody's really talking about it. That's the best case scenario for them. Like, Trevor Lawrence got to pull a Eli Manning and say he ain't going to play for New York or Jacksonville and let Dallas get him. That's the best case scenario for Trevor Lawrence at this point. And it could happen.
Man, you be out here selling dreams. What's up with you today, man?
Dude, you act like it's
What's
never
up with you
happened
today,
before.
man?
But you act like it's never happened before. You don't remember what happened
It's
with
happened.
Eli?
You're right. It has happened.
And
No, I know what happened with Eli.
If this stays, it'll be the same thing. It'll be the same thing. You swap 4-1, and Trevor goes the dang on. Trevor's a Cowboy. But we'll see.
No, I think they're going to extend Dak. They're going to get Dak paid. I think they need to start reevaluating their offensive line too. That's another one that can use some offensive line, some defense help too for sure. But anyway, yeah, we're at pick number 6. I see a lot of the Twitterverse is talking Trey Lance, Zach Wilson.
There's no way we're taking.
Everybody likes Zach Wilson.
There's no way I'm interested in taking Trey Lance, Zach Wilson, none of them guys at 6. At 6, you should be able to get the best linebacker in the draft, and that's what you should be going.
I'm my vote right now. If it was right now, I would. And Micah Parsons was there. I'm going Micah Parsons.
Mm-hmm.
I would if we fell a little bit further down. I'm not. Again, I've been saying this since day one. I'm not opposed to getting the quarterback. I think it's on the table, and I think the only thing with the quarterback is I don't want to reach for one. And I feel like this dude Zach Wilson, and I have never watched him play. I'm gonna preface this by saying I need to do a film review. I'm waiting for him to finish his season up. I've never watched him play. Okay, I'm just gonna preface by saying that. But the trajectory that's behind him is just meteoric right now. There's a lot of hype train. I don't know if I'm that. It seems like it has reach all over it for me. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. I haven't watched him play. I have not watched him play. I'm just being 100% transparent.
Dude,
I have not watched him play.
Yo, man,
it seems like it has reach all over it, and that's what I don't want to do is reach for a quarterback. That's where I draw the line with the quarterback drafting. I'm not doing it. I don't want to reach for one.
I said it earlier, and you guys said it, and you said it, and you responded by saying what I expected you to say. I said the only way they draft a quarterback next year is if it really gets sour with Teddy, and that ain't gonna happen. You said that earlier. If we're at 6, we should not be taking a quarterback, bro. We got too many other holes that we can fix. We can't. We cannot. We can't.
I don't know much about Zach, but I think there's guys you can get later that can fit good. Slim is saying Jamie Newman. Jamie Newman's a potentially second day prospect that you can get, and you can be fine. But I don't know. We'll see. Again, I'm not, and again, I don't look at this. A lot of fans look at this. Let me get out of this view real quick. Well, I'm gonna get my final thoughts on this game and Teddy and all that in just a second. See, here's the thing, you guys. I'm not, although I do stock up, stock down on a game by game basis. I'm not gonna make a drastic decision by one game. Teddy had his worst performance in this game easily. Okay, and yes, he has thrown some interceptions in some critical times to end games. Agreed. Valid criticisms. But I need to see a complete season. I think I've been maintaining this since day one. You got to see a complete season. Teams that make rash decisions like this stay bad.
Yep.
We've seen it over and over and over. Trying to chase that quarterback, you keep trying. You keep rotating in guys. You're trying to find it. That's how you stay bad. Let it come to you. Pause. Let that quarterback come. It's gonna come. Teddy may not be the long-term answer. That's okay. But we don't got to hit the panic button. This is a process. The rebuild is going to take some time. Let it play out. Let Teddy get through this this year, finish this year out. Let them go through next year. Next year, I think my criticisms will be a little bit more tougher. Obviously, you're talking year 2. You can hopefully have a real off season. The criticism is going to get tougher. You expect Teddy to get better. Maybe he has peaked. A lot of people saying he's peaked. Maybe that could be true. Absolutely.
You're talking about Teddy. I want to talk about these coaches.
Okay, that's fair too. Fair criticism.
You want to know how many years I'm giving these coaches?
Fair criticism.
You know how many years I'm giving these coaches, folks? And I said this yesterday during the stream. The coaches got 5 years. They got 5 years to get to a Super Bowl. And I know some of you guys saying, well, now that's extreme. Why is it extreme? The last 2 coaches got there in less than 5 years or less. John Fox got there in 2. Rivera got there in 5. I mean, 5 years is kind of fair, considering how much he's getting paid. So he's got 5 years. I mean, you know, you could talk about, oh, well, what about the quarterbacks? Oh, well, I mean, John Fox got there with Jake Delhomme. So, you know, I mean, I don't think you guys have Jake Delhomme as elite. I don't know if you guys have him even as an average quarterback. I know
he's not. Jake Delhomme is let me be clear. Jake Delhomme is not elite. He is the definition of a game manager. He had one of the best receivers in the game that made up for a lot of his mistakes. So if you're a Jake Delhomme fan, I don't see how you can sit up here and be critical of Teddy Bridgewater. It just makes zero sense to me. It makes zero sense. This is me. This is me, man. You got dudes out here that Teddy Bridgewater, that Jake Delhomme is their favorite player, and you can't say shit about Jake. But yet you're critical of Teddy Bridgewater. Like, it doesn't make sense. That does not make sense.
Teddy Bridgewater after 1 year, and not even a whole year.
After 1 year,
12 games.
Come on, man. That makes zero sense. It makes zero sense to me. And I'm old enough. Trust me, I know football.
I'm just letting you guys, because some of you guys might need a history lesson about the coaching that we've had since we've been around, right? So let's do a quick timeline. First coach we ever had was Dom Capers. He took us to the NFC Championship game in the second season. First coach. That's what he did. He took us to the NFC Championship game. That was all he did. A couple of years later, he got fired. Next time, we decided to get somebody with super experience. We brought in George Seifert. No playoff experiences. No playoff appearances his entire time. Had a 1-in-15 year. Fired. Out of here. Cost him the NFL Hall of Fame, in my opinion. That season cost him the NFL Hall of Fame. Third coach, John Fox. He got us the Super Bowl after the second year. All right? Made it to the playoffs a few times as well. Won a few divisions. Did pretty well. You know? But he was around for a while. They decided to let him go. Understood. Got it. He ended up attending another team to the Super Bowl after he left. But keep it moving. All right. Then we got Rivera. Dude became Riverboat Ron. Fixed some of his top management problems. Took us to a Super Bowl. 15-1. Best season we've ever had. By far. Not even close. 3 straight division titles. All right. Very successful as a coach here. A few years later, you know, new owner shows up. Scandal. Everything. Blah, blah, blah. Enter Matt Rule. New owner. Keep it moving. And the big thing I'm more curious about at this point is, if we continue this downhill slide, if we end up 4-12, would the owner force them to take a quarterback early? Because then it's about him having to panic button at that point. I don't think we should be going quarterback so soon. Because we got Teddy for 3 years. We should wait this out. I don't think we should be going quarterback early in the first round, in my opinion. But, you know, these are the breaks.
All right. So open up the phone lines, Dave. Jason, what's good, bro?
Y'all being nice today. Y'all being nice. y'all in the Christmas spirit, I see. Y'all in the, you know, hey, listen, he has some bad for hey, you know, it happened. But wait, we got the first year, bubble. No. Dave, what you said, you were on track. This shit is worse than Ron, it ever was with Ron in terms of clock management. The play calling, better. The schemes, better. Fuck everything else. Fix the clock management. Y'all, we so damn bad. We hired somebody whose sole job is to look at the damn clock. Somebody up there making 50, 60 racks a year, and they still fucking the shit up. We taking time out coming out of commercial breaks. Dave, we taking time out coming out of commercial breaks. We've done that twice this year. How the hell you do that? How the hell you take a timeout after a timeout? How does that happen?
It's true. It's all true.
He's worse.
A minute if they give you a full timeout. What are y'all talking about during the timeout? To where the reason why Teddy missed the throw is not because he's a bad quarterback. I know y'all think I've been very critical of Teddy. I'm looking at some of these comments. I'm realizing I ain't no Teddy hater. Some of y'all talking about putting PJ over Teddy. Y'all crazy. Y'all are talking crazy, talking about put PJ in over Teddy. Y'all need to stop that. Y'all being disrespectful. That's flat out disrespectful. Yeah. I'm not going to go that far. All I say is I don't know if he's a long-term solution. Okay? That's where I am. But he didn't miss the throw because he's an awful quarterback. He had a bad day. That happens. But he missed the throw because he was rushing. Because he was snapping the ball at 0. There were multiple times throughout the game that they are snapping the ball with zeros on the clock, and they should have been flagged for delay game. And we're gonna if we're gonna ever sit here, I'm not really the one that want to talk about the refs all the time, but when they're fair, you need to give them credit so you can go back and criticize them later, because they had 4, 5, 6 opportunities to flag us for delay a game, and they didn't. Because we're not getting the plays in. We calling timeouts after commercial breaks. Fix the shit, man. Fix the shit. Yeah. It's that simple. I'm tired of it. I came on last week and said, I'm kind of concerned about it. It could be costing us. I was being nice last week. I'm not going to be nice this week. Fix the shit. Get this shit straighten the fuck up. It's inexcusable. High school coaches coaching better than that. I don't care if you're a first-year coach. I don't care no OTAs. I don't give bump all that. You can't be taking – we up 11 burning timeouts. Yeah, with the lead.
I couldn't.
Why is it that we get the ball back with 40 seconds, no timeouts? Because you burned them when we had the lead. What the hell are you doing? Man, bump all that shit, man.
It's true, man. It's true. I mean, I detect no lies.
During the stream was like, yo, this is gonna cost us, bro.
We said it. I pretty much called it during the stream, the timeouts. Then I called the Vikings going down the field on us. It was so predictable. I sat there and called it during the live stream. So I mean, but you're right though, that we got to get it fixed. And the great point with us hiring a guy. It was so bad. You're right. We had to hire a clock management guy, and it's still not fixed.
But
you're right.
You know what? But does Rule have a clock management guy yet? Has he hired one yet? I don't think he's hired one yet.
That should have that position should have been consistent.
That
should have been consistent.
The position should have been consistent. The person in the position
we got
out of there.
So much heat about clock management. He knew that we gave him so much heat about clock management. He hired a guy to do it, and people criticize him for that. So I'm like, but dude, he did something to fix it. You can't be mad at that dude for trying to fix it. Rule has been doing this all year. He finally might have gotten an epiphany during the presser this weekend. He might have said, oh, we got to be better at this. But it doesn't matter, because I can argue that 5 to 6 of our losses because of the poor clock management. And it's not just at the end of the game either.
It's throughout the game. It's throughout the game. Yeah. And it's because it really stems from y'all not get so listen, Teddy is right to criticize the coaches about the play calling or whatever, but he's wrong to do it because Cam never did that. Jake never did that. If you're the guy, you gotta take that heat right along.
You gotta take that heat. You gotta take that heat. Yeah,
I think he's right about it. Somebody ain't. I don't know. Maybe they need to upgrade.
There's no question he's right about
the Verizon headset. I don't know, but they got to get the play in. Get the play in, man. It's that simple. Other than that, I know I'm taking up some time. Let's just go 0-4. I'm not trying to have no 12 pick, no 13 pick.
No, dude, I'm there.
No, because we're gonna mess around and beat Denver and maybe beat New Orleans if they're resting guys, and then end up because it is stacked right there. You go look at the I know y'all had it up earlier, the draft tracker. If you win a game, you're dropping
5
spots.
Just like we went up 5 spots.
Yes,
and just based off our W, so it's tight. The loser circle was pretty crowded right now.
Man, that's all I got for this week, man. Y'all take care.
All right,
we'll be back
bro.
Bye.
We'll We'll talk to you. All right, Hector. Hector, what's up, man? What you got? Drop us with some knowledge, some Hector knowledge.
So we should do what the Chiefs did. They had a lot of problems when they started rebuilding, and they didn't draft a quarterback for the exact reason that they had a lot of other spots, and they fixed everything else. They fixed their offensive line, and then drafted Patrick Mahomes.
I'll be damned.
And sat him for a year to learn. Now
keep
look where
going.
he
Sorry,
is.
keep going, Hector. Man, it's a shame that this 11-year-old kid got more sense than some of y'all grown adults that don't know shit about football, bro. If you watch our show or listen or follow us on Twitter, I said this exact same thing. The Chiefs rebuild started in 2013. Okay, it started in 2013. It took them a while to get to where they are. When they drafted Patrick Mahomes, they were 11-5 coming off a playoff run. Okay, that's how we have to get the shit right before you draft. To put the quarterback in the right position. That's all I've been saying. Hector, you're right. I agree with you. Continue your thoughts. Sorry, Hector, you still there?
Might have lost Hector.
Hector, we might have lost you, bro. I'm gonna add in Eddie.
Oh, crap.
Eddie, what's up, man?
It takes me like 10
Hey,
seconds.
what's up, y'all? Hope y'all are doing. Hope y'all are doing well. A couple things. I know Noli has always been a big fan of saying that Teddy is a top 15 QB in the league. Do y'all think that's true? If everyone was healthy, do you think he's a top 15 quarterback in the league?
Do I think Teddy's a top 15 quarterback in the league? Let's look at the list.
Now let's pull up the quarterbacks.
Let's pull up the quarterback and count them out.
I will. Let's do that. I am intrigued.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Give me 1 second. I think this is an interesting exercise. Let's get there. Let's see. Let's go to stats.
All right. So let's do. All right. Let's get going. Let me pull up the standings.
I got it. Patrick Mahomes, no. Deshaun Watson, he's not better than Deshaun Watson.
He's not better.
Do you think he's better than Tom Brady right now? That's actually probably debatable.
Brady on this team. If we had Tom Brady on this team, do you think we have a better record than what we have now?
No, because he would have gotten killed. Because Tom can't run. He would have gotten killed behind that line.
But I thought the line didn't give up any sacks the past 3 games.
No.
What about
not the past 3 games? That's not true. Taylor Moton hadn't given up pressure in the past 3 games. They've given us some stats. They've been playing well though. To your point, they've been playing well these last 3 games.
You said the last 3 games. What about the first 9?
Exactly. That's my point.
Brady, dude. Brady might not even be healthy at this point behind our line. There's a reason why he went to the Bucs. There's a reason why he left the Patriots. And Cam's seeing it full circle right now.
Okay, so let's hold on. Let's stop. Pause that conversation. All right, is he better than Matt Ryan? He's better than Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan better.
I hate Matt Ryan, man.
I don't like Matt Ryan. It'd be biased for me, so I'm gonna let somebody else answer that.
A healthy Matt Ryan.
Has Matt Ryan ever been a good quarterback without weapons, though?
I mean, could we say the same about what's going on now? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. So that's up in the air. So
that's up in the air. I'm not going to give it to him.
Aaron Rodgers, no. Jared Goff.
Yeah, he's better than Goff.
I don't know. It's debatable.
No, he's
same type of quarterback.
He's better than Goff.
He's not better than Russ.
He's not better than Russ.
He's
better than Garoppolo.
Okay.
Hold on. We gotta finish. Is he better than Matt Stafford? Did we get Matt Stafford?
God, man, that's so hard.
These are bad quarterbacks out here, B. Let's see. Drew Brees. No,
he's not better than Drew Brees. Even now.
Let's see. Tannehill right now. You taking Tannehill over Teddy?
I'm probably taking Teddy. I'm taking.
You probably taking. So Burrow. You probably take Burrow, right?
No.
Kyler Murray.
Okay,
Kyler Murray. You're taking Kyler.
I'm not taking any rookie quarterback over a veteran right now.
I probably take Burrow. In this system, I take Burrow over Teddy.
Oh, yeah, all right. Fair
In this system,
I'd
absolutely take take Burrow over Teddy in this system. All right.
Fine.
So Lamar Jackson, no. Cam. I mean, if we want to be real, Cam had 84 yards last week, but his team won.
His team won. I mean, what can you say? I mean,
his team won. No, his kicker made the kick.
His kicker made the kick. I'd rather have an ugly win than a pretty loss. That was
his kicker made the kick. So I mean, so yeah, we'll say no. We'll take Cam. We'll take Cam over Teddy. Who else? I mean, it's kind of thin. I mean, honestly, did we say Derek Carr?
Drew Lock?
You would probably take Derek Carr this year. The way Derek Carr been playing.
Jimmy G, Drew Lock, Baker Mayfield,
Big Ben.
Big Ben.
I think I'll take Big Ben over him.
Uh-huh.
Baker Mayfield.
Probably not.
Baker Mayfield, Kirk Cousins.
No.
He kind of balled out on us yesterday. I haven't gotten another thing. Kind of carved us up yesterday. Kurt, I think that's a wash.
Okay.
Rivers. I mean, it's top 15 is. I mean, shit. I mean,
he might be outside looking in.
Maybe
he right there.
He might be on the outside looking. He's if he's top 15, he's 14, 15, or 16.
And he might be. The point still stands.
It all depends on the people. We still got a healthy back.
But when you sit down and look at these starting quarterbacks, bro, like I don't even know who the Jaguars starting quarterback is at this point. I know Minshew was the starter at the beginning of the year. I don't know if Minshew's still playing at this point. But these quarterbacks, they're not good, bro. Like, would you take him over Daniel Jones? Would you take him over Alex Smith? Would you take him over Carson Wentz or Jalen Hurts? Because he might be playing tonight. Like, what? Like, are you gonna take him over Andy Dalton?
You have to put it. Listen, you have to put it. You have to put it in perspective, right? There are bad quarterbacks, and it's hard. It's hard to get that guy. Like, it's hard. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's difficult. You go out, you get it. It's hard to get that guy, bro. That's why I've been a fan of keeping Teddy. It's hard to get that guy.
I know we ain't supposed to be talking about this too often. I'm gonna say it again, man.
I said Rodgers already.
Half of these quarterbacks ain't better than Kaepernick, and they got starting jobs. And I'm just gonna be frank about it. Like, I'm looking at these quarterbacks, and it reminds me that half of them aren't even as good as Kaepernick. And Kaepernick sitting at home. Denver had to start a freaking wide receiver for the practice squad yesterday.
I mean, they had to, because Kaepernick would have had to come in and still do some other stuff, but he would have played better than
Kendall Hinton yesterday.
Hey, Kendall Hinton, the Durham legend, Kendall Hinton, boy, don't.
Yeah, facts.
We ain't talking.
But the fact of the matter is, to your point, Eddie, I think that's a great illustration of how difficult. And some of these guys were just drafted. Mm-hmm. Like, these guys are just drafted. Like, you're talking about guys that just recently drafted, top 15, top 10 picks that y'all want to spend a pick on. And they either it's debatable. It shouldn't be debatable. If you're picking a guy in top 10, it should not be debatable whether they're better than Teddy Bridgewater or not. At this juncture, it should not be debatable. So, I mean, Tua ain't playing that well. I mean, be honest.
Tua is not playing that well.
He's not playing that. He's got a defense. He's got a defense.
I talked to one of my boys who's a Dolphins fan. Let me tell you something. He don't think that injury's legit, bro. He don't think the injury's legit. He thinks Fitzpatrick's back in there because Fitzpatrick is playing better. Because Tua ain't playing that well. But the thing is, he's been winning. So nobody's been thinking about it. But if you go back and look at them numbers that Tua's been jumping, it ain't too good, buddy. He ain't as good as Herbert. He ain't as good as Brown.
And listen, I'm guilty of this too, bro. But sometimes you got to take a step back and see what's going on in the league, bro. I'm guilty of getting tunnel vision, Panthers. But if you step back, I'm telling y'all, it's hard to get a quarterback, bro. It's hard to get that guy. That's why I'm cool with sometimes, and again, it's not ideal. Teddy had an awful game. I'm not about to make a knee-jerk reaction off of one game. Let him play the finish this year. Let him play next year. And at that point, if it ain't right, you have to make a decision before before you have to make an extension. We're going to draft. Let me be clear. We're going to draft the quarterback within the next 2 years. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Just let the process play out, man. That's all I'm saying. Let it play out. I think Teddy's good enough and I stand by this. I think Teddy is good enough to get us in the playoffs, given the proper scenario. We've got to have the good defense. The same defense that showed up the past 2 weeks has to show up consistently. The offensive line that showed up the past 2 weeks has to play consistently. We can compartmentalize and say, oh yeah, the offensive line played great on Sunday. Yeah, that ain't been the case all year. Same with the defense. That has not been the case all year. When Teddy's had good games, shit ain't been sweet on both of those parts. So, I mean, it just is what it is.
Right.
Teddy got to go ahead. My fault.
Teddy. Oh, my bad. I was gonna say, did you all see there was something that I think Rule said that they give Teddy like plays to choose from?
I saw that.
And from there, he gets, from what he sees, he gets to, I guess, adjust to it. And then they ask, why do they put that much pressure on him? He says, well, that's what other top quarterbacks do.
Yep. So what Eddie's speaking to is that, and I meant to bring that up. Thank you for bringing that up. So what happens is that when Bridgewater gets the call, he gets 5 plays. This is what I've seen. I don't know if it's true or not. So it could be fake news. This is what I saw on Twitter, and if this came from Matt Rule, it could be true. I don't know. But what I read was that he gets 5 plays when they call him in. That's why shit takes so long. He gets 5 plays, and he gets to adjust based off what he's seeing. It's similar to what the Saints do. The Saints, they get up there, and you see Drew Brees doing all that shit pre-snap. That's because he's setting the coverage, he's calling the plays. That's what happens. I don't know if it's real or not, but at the end of the day, that is a lot. It's a lot to digest, and I don't think you saw that with PJ. I think PJ got 1 play. You run this shit, and if it ain't there, then throw it away. Exactly. So I think it's different. It's a different way. But that's a great point. I don't know if that's true or not.
But
I don't know if that's true.
It goes back to when Teddy threw the coaches under the bus, man. Like, he can't make a decision and go off a read if he ain't got enough time to pick a play. Like, if you give him the play like at the last second, he ain't gonna have time to go through the reads of what the defense is doing to make the right call.
You're right. So it's just, I was just bringing it up because I thought it was an interesting thing to be shown. I was like, wow, they give this dude 5 plays, and it's up to him to decide what play to use, and then it's up to him to execute. And then that went back to, I guess, as what I said earlier about the top 15 type quarterback and figuring out who would just figuring out where he stands along that thing let's say the top 10 players, top 10 QBs be able to execute that better than he was, or just trying to figure things out. But okay. Yeah. Hey, y'all, I just want to say thank y'all for having me on.
Yeah. Appreciate that, Eddie. Yeah, appreciate you coming on. Thanks, Jared, for the super chat. Jared says Teddy got to get the ball in the end zone. He just tied his career high, 17 total touchdowns. With 17, he got to do more than this. I think it's 4 more games left. Could he get to the mid-20? I forgot what I predicted. I want to say it was 25. I could be wrong. I got to go back and look at my prediction. But he's got 4 games left. I think Teddy's going to bounce back from this performance, and I think he's going to improve. But we'll see. We'll see. Let me get Marcus in. Marcus, what's up, man?
Oh, what's up? Sorry I couldn't turn my camera on. You guys don't want to see me on a road, but
no, you good.
I just had a comment and 2 questions. The comment, I was just thinking when you guys were talking about Jake Delhomme, and I'm not here for the Jake Delhomme slander, by the way, but when I was just thinking about him, I was just thinking he's not the most talented guy, but he was the best fit for that offense. I don't think you probably could have put a more talented quarterback there, but you wouldn't have been able to do what Jake did. And Ron Rivera did the same thing with Cam. And I'm thinking, the more I think about it, since they handpicked Teddy to be that guy, he knows the offense. Is he the most talented quarterback? No, but he knows the offense. He can execute it. I don't think they're drafting a quarterback. I think they're going to stick with what they got unless they just thoroughly are proven wrong. So that's just my thought on that. The first question I had was in regards to Joe Brady. When I was thinking about it, his first year, it reminds me a lot of what Rob Shazinski did his first year with Ron Rivera. He put out all these crazy gadget plays. Cam was slinging it all over the place. Everybody was falling in love with him, and he was starting to get head coaching consideration. Second year, he got really too cute. It got to the point where he wouldn't even run the ball out of an I formation. He would just do a whole bunch of read option, and it was not really going as well. He ended up getting a head coaching job anyway, but I'm just wondering, is that a fair comparison? I just see a lot of similarities between Jasinski and Joe Brady.
I want to say something real quick, man. I didn't catch any of that, and I don't know why. It's something weird with StreamYard for me, but I caught like the last sentence. But Rashad,
so he was saying that the Chud, comparing Chud's first couple years to Joe Brady, and how it's similar in that those guys were kind of essentially auditioning for head coaching jobs, so to speak, without saying it. And so I don't know. That's a good. I think the ultimate goal is always to get a head coaching job. So I can't say that Joe is auditioning to be a head coach. I think if you look at what's going on, I think Joe's got a way to go. Like, I feel like Teddy has a good grasp of this offense because it came from the Saints. And I think, again, he said it before. I think he said this is Teddy's offense. I think Teddy has a really, like you said earlier, he knows this offense. He's got it. And that I don't know that, they're going to draft another quarterback because they may die on the Teddy hill, at least for the first couple of years anyway. But I think that Joe is definitely, I haven't seen anything like too crazy flashy from Joe. I think it's going to get some time for him to kind of, get right. And I don't know. That's an interesting thought. I never really thought about that, comparing him to Chud. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, man, because I'm curious. This, like I said this yesterday, but I stand by that. Yo, like if Joe Brady's one and done with us, and he ends up getting a head coaching job, Teddy ain't gonna be here too much longer, bro.
Really?
That's
I
true.
don't think so. Because think about it, man. Joe Brady, like Teddy Bridgewater signing there, Joe Brady was a big factor in that. Like, because he knew the offense. So it's kind of like a ripple effect. Part of the reason why Robbie Anderson signed with us was because A, of Matt Rule, and B, because of Teddy. So, like, you're going to have a ripple effect of things if Joe Brady's one and done, bro.
I don't think Brady's going to be one and done. I don't think so.
There's a lot of jobs that's going to be out there.
Weird, man. There's going to be a lot of head coaching vacancies.
Yeah, I think, but I think that's true. I think he may get interviewed. I don't think he's going to go. We'll see, though. I mean, that's all. We're guessing.
If Joe Judge could get a job, Joe Brady can get a job.
Anybody can get a job.
Yeah, I
don't think it's going to happen.
So it would be, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, exactly.
I stand by, if Eric B can pick whatever the hell he wants at this point. I mean, he could just wait it out until Andy Reid's retire and take over the Chiefs.
Yeah.
All right, and I have one other question. I was just thinking about the accountability aspect that Rule had mentioned during the press conference yesterday. And I was just made me think back to Ron Rivera, and one of the criticisms that you guys had of him was that he was always saying that it was a lack of execution. He never took accountability. And I just remembered an article where Ron Rivera explained why he did that. Initially, when he came in to Carolina, he always fell on the sword. But one week, one of the players kind of threw him under the bus on top of him falling under the sword.
Damn.
And he thought to himself, I'm not falling on the sword for you guys if you're just going to throw me under the bus anyway. And that's why he stopped doing that. So I was just kind of wondering how long will that take? Will kind of Rule do the same thing? How long will it be before somebody throws him under the bus and he says screw it?
Well, it already happened. Like Teddy already threw him under the bus. He just hasn't said screw it yet, right? But I think Rule's also in a unique situation too because he came from college.
Yeah,
he's got to be careful. Like Rivera won a Super Bowl, one of the greatest teams of all time, one of the greatest defenses to ever go on the field.
And
he was on that '85 Bears squad, so he's got a different level of respect when it comes to the players because he's played in the NFL. He knows this shit. You know what I'm saying? Rule ain't got that type of advantage. So there's a difference. There's a distinct difference. Like the team was behind Rivera for different reasons why the team's behind Rule.
What?
And you got to think from Teddy's perspective too. Teddy came from Sean Payton, B. Like Teddy came from, in the back of Teddy's mind, he like, man, I was just with one of the damn best offensive minds in the game, and I come to this, and then these dudes don't know what the hell they're doing. They're panicking. So he's got something to compare to, literally. And so that's what I think that had a lot to do with what Teddy. I think he thought it. He said it out loud, but I don't know. But Marcus, I got to get to Jay No Cap. You've been waiting for a long time.
Okay, good job, guys.
All right, appreciate it. All right, Jay, my fault. My fault. What's good, brother? Thanks for waiting, bro. You're waiting a long time.
Oh, no problem. It's my first time calling up here, but I had to voice my frustrations with this game because I mean it was bad enough to the point where I had to do it. But I mean, as far as people talking about Teddy and everything, they gotta relax, bro. I mean, we're not even done with the whole year yet, and people are ready to rip his head off. I'm not with that, man. I mean, we gotta wait this season out. We gotta see, how we're gonna. I mean, obviously, we know some things already. Like this past game, it was obviously bulk of this game was on him. The bulk of this game, the pat, that pass to DJ Moore, you gotta make that pass. You gotta make that. There's no reason, there's no excuse. You gotta make that pass. You gotta hit DJ. But no one wants to talk about, the pass that Robbie dropped earlier in that game either. Though.
Exactly.
I mean, there were receivers dropping balls all over the place. I mean,
one of the more critical drops was the drop from Rodney Smith that caused the clock to stop on the last 2 minutes. Yeah. That was a critical drop.
And I just don't get why we were throwing the ball in the first place. We should have been running the ball. That way we could have ran the clock down, and then they would have been left with less time to work with. But no, our coaching staff likes to get cute. Joe Brady likes to run those little, options and shit, and likes to get cute with shit, and I mean, it just really makes me mad, man. I mean, I get it's frustrating. It really is frustrating. I mean, we really should have won that game. We were right there, right there, and I just can't believe we just threw it away like that, man. I mean, as a Panthers fan, it just really pisses me off that we had to go through this all the time, all these close games and these close scores. It just really makes me mad, man.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. And again, this is not tied just to Matt Rule and Teddy Bridgewater. This is something we've seen constantly. This is not our first rodeo, B.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it more frustrating. And nobody wants to talk about that. This is something that's been going on. Everybody want to throw Teddy under the bus. Everybody want to throw Matt Rule and them under the bus. This has been happening long before them, man. We just adding on to our history of cardiac cat. The cardiac cats, for guys.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to bring up, man. I'm tired of being the cardiac cats, man. I want to I want to blow teams out, man. I want to win by 30, 40 points, man. Sometimes, man, it's just us being there, not being able to be comfortable to win, with a lead, man. We up 21-10.
Yep.
I believe at half, and I can't even be comfortable. I can't even lead to get a drink or leave to get something to eat because I'm just so afraid we're gonna blow a lead or do something stupid. It's just I'm just so sick of this, man. Like
it's a team sport, man. And at the end of the day, I said it earlier. We've got to play a complete game. The guys have got to play. Everybody's got to come to play. It seems like when Teddy's not playing well, everybody else is playing well. When offensive line isn't playing well, it's got to be a complete game, and it's year one. I mean, this is what 6-win team looks like. This is what it looks like, or 4 or 5-win team looks like.
I mean, what did we really expect before the season began? Like, I mean, like we all knew we were going to be bad. We knew the defense was going to be young and it was going to need some work. We knew the offense was going to be like, what it was going to be. We obviously didn't know Teddy was going to, struggle the way he has at some points this year. But I mean, the offense has been like, relatively pretty like good. I mean, if I might say like myself, like I feel like, the offense isn't like been like, bad, but I mean, we've been stagnant at points, and like we haven't been able to get into the end zone. Like we've been able to move the ball, but we haven't been able to score. And scoring is really what matters. I would prefer touchdowns over like yards any day. Like I mean, we putting up points on the board. Like I mean, I really don't care about like who, like if we're the top passing team or if our QB's like top 5 in passing yards. That really doesn't matter to me. If we're winning games, then like I mean, who cares? Like at the end of the day, like I mean. We got people, we got a fan base that will in a win, people will destroy. He didn't do this or he didn't do this right. I'll never understand as a fan base, even in the win, people just will nitpick the shit out of whoever it is. It's like, yo, we as a fan base, we just got to do better, man. We crucifying these dudes. And listen, it's pathetic, to be honest. Yeah, it is. It's sad. I mean, even going back to Cam, we shitted on Cam. A portion of the fan base shit on Cam. A portion of the fan base is shitting on Teddy. It's no different. You know what I'm saying? So it's just we as a fan base, we gotta do better, and we gotta be patient. We just gotta be patient. Yeah,
we gonna have our day, man.
And then the whole drafting the QB thing, like people gotta realize drafting a QB doesn't guarantee shit. I mean, it really doesn't. I mean, it doesn't. Especially with the state of our team. Like, I mean, like we have so many other holes to worry about. We got the D line to still fix up. Yes, Brian Burns is yes, I like Derrick Brown, and YGM's okay. But like I said, like that D line could use some work. Our linebackers definitely need some help. Like, I mean, we could use another corner or two. Like, I mean, like, our corners have been actually secondary's been like, pretty good this year. I've actually been pleasantly surprised with the secondary. But like, we need help in other areas. Like the O-line needs help. We could use another guard. We could use another left tackle. Like people aren't like, like really looking at this in the grand scheme of things. Like we need a whole lot more than just a QB. I get Teddy's been bad. I mean, like, well, he had a bad game this past game, but like, it's not solely on him. There's like other factors that play into this.
Yeah, everybody got to. It's bigger than one player. Again, we've seen a couple teams that drafted quarterbacks high last year are bad teams. Like it's even the good team in the Dolphins that drafted Tua, look what they put around him and see how they were patient in putting him out there. Like it's a process and people have to wait. They have to just wait it out, man. And we're gonna get there. I think we're gonna be on the right track, and we just gotta wait it out and let this team build, let this staff do what they got to do, get the right pieces in. Again, we were dealing with 50% of I think a little under 50% of an old roster, so they got to get their guys in and figure it out. So we got to be patient. This is what a six. Again, I keep saying it. This is what a 4 to 5 to 6 team win team looks like. It's just a fact.
Yeah, people gotta lower their expectations, man. Like, I mean, like I said, like, this whole PJ thing. I mean, PJ wouldn't have changed anything, y'all. Like, I mean, like, yeah, he played well against the Lions, but that was our defense. Our defense shut the Lions down. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to take away credit from PJ, but I mean, he threw 2 red zone interceptions. I mean,
nobody,
like,
nobody.
Everybody glosses over that shit.
Like,
everybody glosses over that.
No one talks about that.
Man, stock up. I said, look, man, I don't know. We should have him stock up. That man threw 2 picks in the end zone. Like I was, we kind of gave some of the hype train, gave these cats an ammo because I was like, yo,
and it was the
picks in the end zone, man.
and it was the Lions that proceeded to fire their coach the next week. I mean, like, come on, man, like nobody. Listen, that's why. Well, yeah, because
after they
Thanksgiving.
had their turkey ass whooping,
Yeah.
he was out the paint after Black Friday.
Listen, this is why Panther Nation podcast exists, man. Like we here to kind of keep it even killed, man. Listen, you if you want some glitters and fairies and shit, you can go listen to somebody else. But we here to keep it 100, man. Like it's not gonna be good. Like we've been saying it, and like it's no need to piss a fit when shit goes bad. Like this is what we were supposed to be. Teddy is a game manager quarterback. He is who we thought he's gonna be. And like that's just what it is. We got to continue to build. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get there. And I think Teddy can get us to the. I know Teddy can get us to the playoffs given the right scenario. You know what I'm saying? Given the right scenario, Teddy can get us there. We just gotta be patient. We gotta be patient, man.
I mean, people are just
we gonna keep it a buck, man. We gonna keep it a buck over here, bro. Like, listen, you want glitters and fairies and all that,
right.
You got to go somewhere else. And if you want some Teddy hate, you gotta go somewhere else. But we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep even keel, man. We've been maintaining the same position since week 1. We said we were gonna be bad. We're bad, and it is what it is.
And people are so quick to try to kick Teddy out the door, but like I mean, we kicked Teddy out the door. We kicked Joe Brady out the door. What then? Like I mean, like people are acting like they have a solution to like every thing that they say. I mean, we kicked those guys out. What then? We drafted QB. Okay, we got a QB now. What if he's not the answer? What then? Like I mean, like you got we have to have answers to these kind of questions. Like I mean, like even if we draft the QB, there's no guarantee that he's gonna be a Hall of Fame guy or even a franchise guy or even a starter at that. So like I mean,
everybody just brings up Patrick Mahomes and how great he is and how everybody raves about him. They got him at pick whatever middle. Everybody brings up Patrick Mahomes and whatnot, and everybody thinks we can replicate that, and we just not there yet. That shit again. I keep saying that build took like 7 years, bro.
7 years. They started in 2013.
2013. They started that build in 2013. They started with Eric Fisher. And proceeded to draft
in the first round, a left tackle,
number 1 overall, and proceeded to build on that. And they drafted well, and we're off to a good start. We drafted well. I mean, we give Hurney the shit, but this draft class as a whole is playing well. They're playing well, man, and but he got to work on some other aspects of the roster build. But this draft class has been good. We got to continue to draft like that. We have to continue to knock these drafts out the park, and that's just. And if that happens, we'll be in good shape, man. Especially with what's going on around the division. Look, listen. I'd much rather be where we are than where Tampa is.
Oh, for sure.
I'd much rather be where we are than where Tampa is, with high expectations and failing. That's where I don't want to be. Okay, that's just a fact. I don't want to be in that scenario. I don't want to be.
Atlanta's been looking pretty sweet since they let go of Quinn. I'm not trying to boost them up or anything, but they've been looking kind of nice. That 40-something blowout on Oakland. I mean, we lost to Oakland earlier on the year.
They're not gonna hire that interim coach though.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're not.
He auditioned for another job though. He might get a job somewhere else.
He is, Raheem.
Actually, he got the short end of the stick the first time. Anyway, he should have still been a coach.
Especially with that whole third round pick thing, like with hiring black coaches and stuff like that. I think if you hire a black coach, you get or fire a black coach, you get a 3rd round pick or something like that.
I saw that. I don't know the details around that, but yeah. Yeah, they are looking.
They're giving out they're giving out draft picks for black coaches.
I heard about that. I heard it's something like that. I heard about that.
Yo, man,
I don't know too much about it.
Yo, real talk, that can't happen, bro. That can't happen. That can't happen, yo. That's like 3/5. Like, nah, that can't happen.
Yeah, I agree.
Nah, you can't. Nah, that can't happen, man.
Yeah, NFL approves plan to reward teams with draft picks for developing minority coaches and GMs.
Oh, developing. Okay, that's
developing.
Yeah. It said a team that loses a minority assistant coach who becomes a head coach or loses a personnel executive who becomes a general manager receive a 3rd round pick. So the Chiefs, if they lose Eric Bieniemy, he goes off, they'll get a pick. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah. A team that loses a minority assistant coach who becomes a head coach or loses a personnel executive. Oh, I just read that, my bad. A team that loses 2 minority staffers to a head coach and general manager position will see 3 third-round picks. Holy shit.
Dog. Yeah.
The rich get richer. I'm telling you.
Dog.
Let me read that one more time. A team that loses 2 minority staffers to head coach and general manager positions, you'll get 3 first-round picks. 3 third-round picks.
But here's the question:
crazy.
How many coaching staffs literally has 2 legit candidates that are minorities?
But that's the point, Dave. That's the point.
Yeah,
you get them now to develop them up to get those picks.
Yeah.
It's incentive. That's the point.
Yeah,
that's the point. That's a good point. That's a good point, though.
Yeah,
I don't know if we have any
one.
So it depends what you classify as minority. We got your boy
Rivera's a minority. I mean, he's Hispanic.
Yeah, but Rivera. Yeah,
Rivera. But he was ahead, and we fired him, so that don't count. So I'm talking. Let me pull up.
Bieniemy, man.
Yeah, Bieniemy's definitely they're gonna get a pick for him.
They're gonna get a pick for Bieniemy.
What about the capologist dude we hired? He's a minority.
I know who you're talking about. He could be a GM potentially.
Potentially.
Could be. But the thing is, it's crazy because now, like, a lot of teams walked away from Bieniemy, and now the Chiefs are going to get rewarded for it because folks didn't hire him last year.
Facts.
That's hilarious to me. That is hilarious to me. Because, you know,
Samir
he should have gotten
Suleiman.
a job last year. Even if it wasn't with us, he should have gotten hired last year.
We do have.
I prefer to have Bieniemy anyways. I mean, I want to Bieniemy overruled. I ain't gonna even lie to you. Like, I mean, it's not like, you know, I just felt like he was gonna be a better fit for our team. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
I think all you Teddy haters probably want to be Bieniemy too, because I don't think Cam would be gone to Bieniemy.
Yeah, I'm about to say I don't think Cam would have left. That's precisely why I wanted him here. Like, I mean, I thought, like, you know, if we hired Bieniemy, I think that was probably like our best chance to probably keep Cam. But like, as soon as like Rivera was gone, I knew like it was up in the air at that point, because that was just like, you know, like whoever he hired was gonna like, you know, want to bring their own guy in.
Just to circle back around, we do have a lot of minority assistant coaches. There's a bunch of them. We've got like I think the cornerbacks coach is minority. There's a bunch of them. Wide receiver coach is a minority. There's a bunch. He does have a lot of position coaches that are minority. Rule does. So just give him some credit. I'll get the full list together. And but that's an interesting thought.
Interesting, man.
And I just have one more last question before I went or whatever. Like, if like say like we like get into like top 5 of the draft. Like, do you think we should take an O lineman, or do you think we should go linebacker? Because I'm thinking O lineman.
Well, it depends.
Like the line, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. It depends who's there. I don't want to reach for one. Because after Penei, it gets a little light. I mean, you got your guy from Notre Dame. There's a couple guys, but that might be a little rich.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure yet. But I do. If Parsons sitting there, I think I'm going middle linebacker, bro.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Parsons at 5. He's there. That dude is legit. But again, I wouldn't be mad either way. O lineman or a left tackle, or it doesn't matter. O lineman, either way, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter if we took O lineman. Hell, guard. Shit, it don't matter at this point. We need to address something. But they've been playing well the past couple games. They've been playing well.
But I mean, we haven't really played any good pass rushers this past couple games either. I mean,
yeah, that's true too. That's true too. The Vikings pass rush is not that good. That's a good point. But yeah. If Parsons is gone, if Parsons is gone, I'm reading the comments. Sorry, if Parsons is gone. I do like a lot of corner. This cornerback draft is deep.
Oh yeah,
there's a lot of good cornerbacks.
Asante Samuel. Yeah, so yeah, we got some good ones. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for having me on here though. For real, like, you know, it's my first time calling up, so you know I was a little nervous, a little jittery, but you know how I go.
No, you did good, man. You need to call up more, because you actually make some damn sense. So you need to call more and let your voice be heard, so that people, you know, we need some common sense to equal out some of this crazy shit that happens on Twitter.
No doubt.
Yeah, good call, man. Appreciate it.
Have a good one, man.
Appreciate y'all. You too.
All right, Dave, let's lock this thing down. We went for about 2 hours. Good discussion. This Teddy discussion went a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a lot of Teddy hate in here, and he deserved the hate for this week. But we can't look at these games in a vacuum. You got to assess the season. You have to assess once you can't make judgments too early. You have to assess this as a season. Let this dude play out these 4 weeks. Because if you're gonna make decisions or make assumptions by the week, next week if he balls out, what y'all gonna say? So it's just a matter of just relax. Let the dude play it out. He's gonna be here next year. He's gonna be a starting quarterback next year. Just let it play out. You're gonna get if shit goes bad, you're gonna be in a good position to get a quarterback. So I don't understand if you're hating on Teddy. Doesn't make any sense to not want to see him because you're gonna get a high draft pick. So you should be praying for Teddy Bridgewater to stroll out there if you don't believe in him. It just doesn't make sense to me. You should be praying that he's out there so you can get a high draft pick.
Facts.
All right. So that being said, that's all I got. Dave, you got anything else, man?
Nah, man, I'm good. I mean, I will, to close out, I want to talk about what's been going on because, it's still crazy with this pandemic. Now we got I don't know what y'all doing in the Carolinas, but I don't know if you've been hearing the background with these winds. I mean, we talking 60 mile an hour up here with the winds. That's why I'm on my phone doing this show because I was worried about losing power. Luckily, we didn't. But, you guys stay safe during the pandemic, man. Like the numbers for Rhode Island has gone up almost 700% since September. They had to shut down. The hospitals are full. Like they had to open up the field hospitals today. So you guys stay safe. Do the proper precautions. Try to work from home if you can. And, this is a great show. You guys, I enjoy the fans and the chat cats, and I want you guys to be around for it too. So try to do the right things during this pandemic.
I see you, QT, man. You got to call in next week, bro. We had a lot of callers today, so call in next week, bro. But yeah, man, everybody stay safe. Do what you got to do. And we will see y'all. Hey, we going to do something for the bye, Dave?
Of course we are.
We got to do something for the bye. I don't know what it is. Zone coverage topic. Dave, I think, wants to assess this clock management. I think we can dive into this. Dave texted me and said, hey, man, let's do a zone coverage on clock management. I don't know how we're going to do that, but we can make that happen. We can make that happen.
Yeah, we got to figure it out because we got to talk about it, bro. Like we talked about a lot today, but I think we need to start. We got to look into how some of this shit's been going down. Like we really need to have that discussion because it seems it's a constant. It's been constant.
Yeah,
it's been constant.
All right, but we'll do something. We'll do something for the. Or we can take a look at we can do a game with the roster. Keep it or cut it. Moving forward. We'll see what happens, man. We'll come up with something.
Nah, we got something, man. We got ideas. We got something we're gonna get down for next week. We good.
Yeah, make sure y'all like, subscribe, and all that. Y'all know where to find us. Panther Nation Podcast on Facebook, Panther Nation PC on Twitter, all those other places. Y'all know where it is. YouTube, blah blah blah. We'll holler at y'all next week. All right. Actually, yeah, we'll holler at y'all live next week. We'll probably do something on Wednesday too. Stay in touch. We'll see y'all next week. We'll see y'all later. Be safe.
I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. It's playoff time.
Keep pounding. Yeah, keep pounding for everybody. Dave got his fantasy special coming up tomorrow. Excuse me, his waiver special coming up tomorrow. So y'all, if y'all still playing fantasy, y'all make sure y'all get that crack. All right. Peace out, folks.